To focus in on cricket, it was the worst outing at a Cricket World Cup earlier this year by the Proteas, and the subsequent tour of India saw South Africa uncompetitive in all but one T20 match. It's left many asking, cricket, what now? CSA have reviewed their entire management structure, but others say that it's the Federation who are the problem. For those that have chosen to leave the national cricket structures on Kolpak deals, they often cite career safety as the reason. In a no-holds-barred interview with cricket website Crick Info in September, South African spin bowler Simon Harmer spoke about his decision to sign as a Kolpak player back in 2017 after he was dropped after just 5 matches for the Proteas. He's in the country now. He's going to be taking part in the Mzansi Super League for the defending champions, the Jozi Stars. He joins us now. Very good morning and welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so let's go back to the reason why you signed the Kolpak deal. Do you feel that you were unfairly treated being dropped after just 5 matches?
No, I don't think so. I think after the tour in 2015 there needed to be some changes, and I think unfortunately I was one of the heads that rolled, and the decision that I made was based on sort of my pathway back into the national team, and how I felt and whether I thought that was going to be something that I could achieve again. So yeah, I didn't think that realistically I would be able to sort of push for a permanent team, a permanent position in the team, and that's why I decided to sign the Kolpak.
Okay, and you went to Essex, and what a fantastic start you had there. You were, I understand, at the centre of them winning their first championship in 25 years. Yeah,
I think they obviously gave me the opportunity there, and yeah, I sort of haven't looked back since 2017. So it's been a good move in hindsight, but I think a lot of the attention that I've received is as a result of them showing the faith in me. Yeah,
will you play for the Proteas again if they ask you?
Obviously a lot of things would need to change. I'm in contract with Essex until 2021. I'd need to be released from my contract there, because as long as I'm a Kolpak player, I sort of forfeit the right to play international cricket.
Do you think that between South Africa and England and just in global cricket, the Kolpak deals have to be reviewed, because it seems as if cricket comes just such a far way that perhaps to have those kinds of restrictions on professional cricketers who need career safety, perhaps it's not really relevant in this day and age?
Yeah, I think there are solutions. There are some difficult discussions that need to be had. And I think going forward, especially with Brexit perhaps playing a role, and potentially the sort of ECB looking at extending how many overseas players the counties are allowed, if they did take away the Kolpak ruling, then it would then open up players to be overseas players, which you could then still play for your country.
How do you view where cricket is at the moment? In my introduction, I just mentioned the difficult space that it currently finds itself in.
Yeah, I think South African cricket is in a sort of rebuilding phase, the national team. It's easy to look back on their results and be very critical, but I think if you look at the amount of players, senior players that have retired in the last 2 to 3 years, I think it is going to leave a void that needs to be filled, and the youngsters will take a bit of time to find their feet in international cricket.
Where do you think the problem is, or do you think it's a contribution of a number of different factors?
Yeah, I think it's difficult to pinpoint one, but I think if you look at the standard of franchise cricket over the last sort of 5 years, I think more needs to be done to make sure that from grassroots level right through into franchise cricket, that players are getting the right opportunities, and not sort of being forced in before they're ready. I think a lot of guys come in, they get a 2-year contract, and then they sort of thrust out again. So I think there are some changes that need to be made, but like I said, quite difficult to sort of pinpoint one reason.
A couple of years ago, being a Kolpak player was almost a little bit of a difficult word when it comes to being a professional cricket player, and I wonder if that perception about being a Kolpak player has not changed. We saw Hashim Amla just a couple of weeks ago, a couple of days ago, announce that he himself has signed a 2-year deal with Surrey.
Yeah, I think there was a stage where we're the black sheep of South African cricket. I think there was a lot of negative press and a lot of articles that were written that I think were false. I think the sort of narrative that we we're chasing money by going and playing overseas, I think is wrong. I think the reason that a lot of guys are signing Kolpak deals is for the opportunity, but obviously guilty by association. I think there are some people that have sort of looked for the security in money, but I know for players like me it was purely about opportunity.
And you mentioned that it was the opportunity actually to be recognised by the national selectors once again. I want to focus on the reason why you're here in South Africa, the Mzansi Super League. You're playing for the defending champions, the Jozi Stars. How are you feeling about the upcoming campaign?
Yeah, good. We had our sort of first full training day yesterday. We've all sort of gelled a little bit. T20 tournaments, you kind of all thrust together, and luckily we were able to retain quite a lot of the core of our team of last year. So the boys are in high spirits. I think it's an incredibly well-run franchise, both in Gauteng and with the Jozi Stars. So the boys are incredibly excited, and I think we've got a lot to look forward to.
Thank you very much. That's Simon Harmer, South African off-spin bowler. First class, some stats, 145 matches, 608 wickets there. Wow, absolutely incredible. Please bring some of that magic to the Jozi Stars is what everybody in the City of Gold is hoping for.